This is Local Edition. Brett Pomerance here in the Inland Empire, joined by Acquanetta Warren. She is the mayor of the city of Fontana. I want to speak with you about health. I recently read a survey, and what the survey told us is that the rate of folks that are uninsured is dropping. Could be the Affordable Care Act, we don't know. But we also know that the rate of obesity is increasing. And it's very stubborn, and it's incredibly detrimental to the health of our communities. What are you seeing in Fontana in terms of the obesity epidemic?
And that's exactly what it is. We had a baseline. We are improving, but we need to do a whole lot better. We have our marketing program for Healthy Fontana,
Right.
but we've got a new program we're going to start.
But why is it in your mind that we are seeing an increase in obesity? Is it the access to, we'll call it fast food? Is it that we are more sedentary? We're too busy on our phones and not getting out? I mean, look, Fontana has some of the greatest, parks and soccer fields. I've been there with my daughters. We've talked about this.
Right.
So there's plenty to do.
I think they're all of the above.
Right.
But we've got to focus people more individually on
Right.
their plan.
And let's talk about the program. I know, I love how excited you are because you're on a mission. And it's not only a personal mission, but it's a mission on behalf of your entire city. And you're looking for Fontana to lose 1 million pounds.
We are a community of over 200,000.
Right, that's a real size.
That's a real size.
Yeah, that's a real city.
So I said at a minimum, 200,000 people coming together, except for the babies.
Right.
Can come together and lose at least 5 pounds. And already I've got people telling me I need 50, so they're going to make up for whatever
Right.
people don't do.
But let's talk about you as an example. I've already gotten permission to ask you this
Yes.
question. You've been losing weight.
Yes.
How
for
much?
A while.
Yeah, how much have you lost?
In total, 69 pounds.
That's remarkable.
Thank you.
That is a tremendous accomplishment. But you also told me you're not done.
No, I need another 49. I have a very aggressive goal.
So talk to us about how you've been able to lose that weight and how you're using your experience to help others in Fontana to be part of that 1 million pounds lost.
Participating in our programming.
Right.
We have all kinds of programming, and we also have great partners out there
Right.
with the various gyms. Particularly right now, I'm having a ball with my neighbors going to Camp Transformation Fontana.
Right.
And that's a workout as well as the right dietary guidelines. But at the same time, we have Walk with the Mayors, and we're going to be channeling all of our resources to help support groups support our population.
And I have to say, in my opinion, the fact that you're promoting just active lifestyles is so critical.
It is.
Because just move, calories in, calories out, and if you don't burn them, they stick around. And again, Fontana, beautiful weather, lots to do, lots of walking space.
I love my weekends when I go and I get the best foods, but trust me,
Right.
that morning I'm working out and that evening I'm taking a walk.
Right. So what do you think activity has done as part of your weight loss journey, and how do you spread that message?
It's a new adventure for me. When I was younger, and all of us when we were younger, all we did was play and run around.
Right.
But
That's
we
the
used
issue.
to have
Right.
tetherball, we used to have track meets, all those things. And now as you get older, you don't think you have the time. But I've decided I'm worth 1 hour. I'm worth 1 hour to do a workout. Even if it's just taking a walk, I'm worth it.
I love that you say that, and I hope that everyone hears that, including me, because it's hard to give yourself that 1 hour.
1 hour, can you imagine?
And what you're saying, you don't have to be pumping iron for
That's
an hour.
right.
You're walking.
Right.
And walking, I mean, look, it's good for the heart.
It
Pick up
is.
the pace a little bit.
Right.
Get your heart pumping.
When we do our Walk with the Mayors, people come from everywhere and we talk about everything. And before we know it, we're done.
And what also is nice about it, look, we are creatures that crave a sense of belonging, a sense of
Right.
community. And so what you're doing is creating that sense of community. I mean, Fontana's such a great size, 200,000, not too big, not too small.
That's right.
You can know your mayor.
Right.
You can know your council, you can know your leaders, and
But we want to lead the way. We want to show the other towns, which we're a regional player.
Right.
If we
It's the
can lose
Rialtos,
$1 million,
right.
Rialto, San Bernardino, join us. We want everybody, we want to come together, put our pounds together, lose 1 million pounds.
Was this your idea?
Well, you know, I'll tell you.
If you don't mind me asking.
No, not at all. They did it in Oklahoma City, my great mayor friend, Mitch Cornett, years ago. They said, our city's on a diet. And so they had a zoo. Now, this is really something. In the zoo, they had elephants, and each elephant weighed 10,000 pounds. And when they got to their $1 million loss, they said it was equivalent to losing 100 10,000-pound elephants.
Wow.
That
really
is
sends the
something.
message. But you know, I appreciate you telling us that, because one of the benefits of what you learned is you learned this because you're part of United Conference of Mayors.
And they also
United States
tied it
Conference of
to
Mayors.
connectivity and sidewalks.
Right.
You've got to have places to walk, trails, so it all comes together. So that's the reason I said, okay, town, we're going to lose 1 million pounds.
Let's talk about part of your mission as it relates to the economy. Fontana has had a pretty good couple decades. While our friends in San Bernardino were struggling, Fontana did pretty well. But there's still more work to be done.
Oh, yes.
And so you're focused like a laser beam on job development.
That's right.
And talk to us about how you're looking to diversify the economy, create high-wage jobs, or middle-wage jobs. I mean, that's the thing. It can't all be high-wage.
Right. We recently partnered with Fontana Chamber.
Right.
We had coffee with the mayor. Over 100 businesses showed up. Can you imagine?
It's
we were all in the
fantastic.
room, no excuses,
Right.
and we had a really great dialogue about the labor force they're looking for. And it comes down to working with our schools, our educators. It also comes down to working with our colleges.
And
So
let's talk about that, because people don't realize that the Inland Empire is filled with outstanding both 2-year and 4-year institutions. You got
That's
Cal
correct.
State San Bernardino,
right.
Loma Linda, UCR, Cal Baptist, La Sierra.
Our junior colleges are second to none.
Right, Chaffey, right.
San Bernardino Valley. All this resource that we're not necessarily channeling our young people. We need to work as a team. We also want to work with our labor unions. They're training people, that next group of people to come behind them, to do those certified checks, I call them.
And we've discussed this, that look, while college is the goal for some, it's
Right.
not for all.
That's right.
And so we need to make
And
sure
you know
those
my
right.
philosophy. You cannot tell me you're bragging on the 10%.
Right.
You send the college, where's the 90%? What happened to them? I want to know.
And so when we consider that the Inland Empire is continuing to grow, look, we can say a lot of things about warehousing and logistics, but at some level it creates jobs.
That's right.
And so we shouldn't
People
ignore.
need to stop figuring that distribution is a problem. Well, how do you think Fontana got the 4 interchanges in the last 10 years? Because we are a goods movement community. We are a trucking industry type community.
Right.
And those jobs are not the old time
Right.
where everybody was on a forklift. You have to have skills.
Right.
And
And
we need to
especially
provide that.
with logistics becoming more modernized, a lot of those skills may be computer driven.
Right.
And you don't have to have a 4-year degree for that necessarily.
Right. But
And-
what it does is motivate young people not to be in the 90%. We don't know what happened to
Right.
them. It motivates them toward a career where they can take care of their
Right.
families.
I see you brought me a little present.
You bet I did. When I was last here, you were very, very gracious to allow me to talk about the diversity in our public safety we're trying to promote. So our officers are giving these beautiful coins out that symbolize what they stand for, and I got you one.
I adore you. Thank you so much.
Thank
She is the
you.
mayor of Fontana. She is Acquanetta Warren. My name is Brad Pomerance. This is Local Edition.